What a wild day. Welcome into Tennis Channel Live. Steve Weissman, couple of Grand Slam champions, Paul Annacone, Chanda Rubin. Great to be with both of you all. What a lineup we had, and it lived up to it, Chanda.
It was a fantastic day of tennis. We were seeing players back on court for the first time in 5.5, almost 6 months. Serena Williams being one of them, Coco Gauff, and Venus Williams.
Yeah.
She was impressive today.
I'll tell you what, that's all. 2 words, Venus Williams. I mean, it was amazing to watch her play today. So much energy, pop on that serve, the movement, power, ground strokes. It was a pleasure.
All right, we will get to Venus. Let's see the lineup that we had to start the day. Serena Williams starting it off. Chanda, have you seen a better WTA lineup than this?
Where do we go from here, Steve? How do we top this? I mean, this was the ultimate of days. We had a lot of American flags playing, but Serena against Bernarda Pera, who played a fantastic match. It was from the first ball. It was incredible. And Serena didn't start out great, but Pera, she was impressive, just taking the ball early, being aggressive, using that lefty serve to open up the court. She was the one stepping in confidently with shots like that one. The forehand was especially on point. She could flatten it out. It gave Serena all kinds of trouble. But then Serena started getting more aggressive. She started working her way into the match, started using that quiet intensity. She wasn't as demonstrative today, but you could see it. That shot was one of the turning points because Serena here was down love 40 on her serve at 4-all in the second set and turned it around from there and just didn't look back. Better movement. You could see her getting more comfortable with her shots, the serve, and she was able to back it up when she needed to most. And here, she just kept the pressure on. Time and time again, Pera would come up with nice responses, and Serena just had the answers for everything. And here at 5-1, of course, it looked inevitable. Serena, again, just powering through with heavy ground strokes. This was fun to watch, and kind of wondered where Serena would be. She looked great by the end of this match.
One of the last 9 points of the match. Let's hear from Serena.
I haven't played so long, so even matches and practice matches I haven't played. I've just been training, so it was good. I think it was really good for me to go 3 sets and to win a match that was 3 sets.
What about 80% of her first serve points in the match, Paul, but only 40% of those second serve points? What do you think she can work on heading into the second round?
Well, I loved what Chanda said. She said she wasn't so demonstrative today. So she was frustrated early on, but she didn't really let the emotions get the best of her. And I think all that experience really helped her understand that, look, might not play great right off the bat. Let's hang in there. And by the end of the match, she was terrific in the third set. So I just think with power games, someone like Serena, when she hasn't played for a long time, she's not going to come and play a whole great match from the get-go right at the beginning. She's got to work her way in and use that patience, especially emotionally, and that's what she did today.
Chad, I thought it was interesting. After the match, she said, I think I won today because I was calm for once in my career. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think, the big thing was there were no crowds. And how would she respond to that? She's so used to having so much support behind her and having people want to watch. And it was so quiet at times. But I think it did keep her a little calmer. Instead of being so outward with her emotions, she kind of kept it in a little bit. You could still hear her pumping herself up. But I think it all worked in her favor to kind of allow her to more calmly work her way through that match.
The fact that she had to battle, Paul, I mean, it was down a set, 4-all, love 40 in that second set, was able to come back. How will that help her going forward?
Boy, that was huge, right? That 15-40 forehand down the line she hit, ended up holding serve, and then got through and broke the next game. I just think great players need so little to trigger their confidence. I just think it needs one little speed bump that they get over. And for Serena, she's so great and has done it for so long. I can see her just using this as a catalyst to build on. I don't see many problems for her. The only thing that I would be a little bit concerned about is just that consistency right now. So she's got to get into a match rhythm a little bit, and then when she does, she'll be a little less vulnerable.
Well, Serena had won 6 of her 23 majors by 2004. That was the year Coco Gauff was born. And Coco Gauff taking the court next against Caroline Dolehide. First match since Australia, Chanda.
And Coco Gauff got off to a good start, getting the early break right here, stepping in, not allowing Dolehide to use her pace and power. But Dolehide, she didn't give up. She fought back, has gone through a couple of qualifying matches, so I think Dolehide was in a little better rhythm, and she gave Gauff a scare here, but Gauff pulled it back together on serve. That was key for her, and she was able to step in a little bit more often on some big points, able to dictate, and once she took that first set, Gauff, I think she relaxed a little bit more, but this was still an incredibly tough match. Dolehide gets the early break, turning the tables, but Gauff was able to break back. We have seen how poised Coco Gauff stays in some of these moments, and she needed it today. You could see a little frustration, trying to kind of get her rhythm. We've talked about players
She's not really 16, is she? Come on.
I mean,
let's be honest,
at
guys.
times she seems 26 because even after the match, she had such an understanding of what she needed to do, how she worked her way through, and I think that's a good sign for a young player.
She's just amazing. I mean, a little bit of a speed bump in the second set, Shanda, and you watch that composure. It was really special. She's just amazing to watch.
The thing that stood out for her, her attitude and effort. Said, I give myself an A for attitude and effort. Battled through. She'll take on Aryna Sabalenka next. Meantime, we got two Grand Slam champions, Paul, looking for their first WTA win of 2020. Venus Williams, you said it earlier, spectacular.
That right there, that stretch two-hander on the run, that mobility and the ability to turn defense to offense so quickly. Look at how cleanly she's striking the ball. I thought she moved incredibly well. We're seeing her serve has a lot of pop on it. Look, we remember last year she struggled a lot with the arm issues. We saw a lot of 77-mile-an-hour serves rolling it in. We saw a second serve 102 miles an hour today. I mean, she looked tremendous. It was so great to see Venus play this kind of tennis after a long layoff. We know she played some team tennis, and I think that helped her a lot. Gave her some match practice. That's a fitting way to end. Beautiful little flick topspin lob.
And she was very pleased. Venus happy after this one.
So it'll be the 31st meeting between you and your sister Serena.
really?
How special is that for you?
It's so special. Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that this draw would have happened? You know, playing two former world number ones and Grand Slam champions in the first round in the middle of Kentucky. I'm like, oh my God. But this is what it is, and these are great tests for me coming into the season, and I know that I'm hitting the ball well. Victoria's hitting the ball unbelievable, and I know Serena, you know, came back from the brink and waited to like the last minute to play her best tennis, and that's what champions are made of. So here we go again, number 31, and I'm looking forward to the next one after this too.
OMG. I mean, she is just so relaxed, so pleased to be here. You know, she said she's never been so grateful to play. Look at the head-to-head, Shanda. This is number 31. Serena, 18-12 overall. It dates back to 1998 at the Australian Open.
I don't know what more we can say about this matchup between these two women, the fact that they have been battling it out for so long, and as sisters still have such love and such respect and admiration for each other. It's pretty special. But you saw Venus. She's looking to come after Serena because she kissed her bicep. She said, this is God-given. She's like, no, little sis, you don't have that on me either. I got it too.
Well, we saw Serena do that in the press conference before the tournament. She was like, I got this from my
Venus
mama.
saw it too.
Right. So we both got that.
Yeah, our mamas gave it to us both. Thank you very much.
I loved Venus's disposition in that little conversation after the match. She looked even a little bit more extroverted than normal. There seemed to be a little more of a smile on her face. You know, look, they've had so many wonderful battles. They've done so much for the game of tennis. It's been amazing to watch both of their careers. But if you take just in isolation what's gone on, and this is not how you measure what's going to happen, but what went on today, Venus Williams, I think, played significantly better than Serena Williams did today. Now, what happens with all the mental and emotional stuff tomorrow, I don't know. I think Venus has to get a lot of first serves in. Serena will punish her second serve if she doesn't. But guess what? Serena's got to do the same. So it is going to be so much fun to watch that chess match tomorrow. And you bring the coffee, you bring the donuts, and let's just sit back and relax and watch it.
They're going to play on Thursday. We are looking.
Tomorrow.
That's okay.
Bring the donuts and coffee tomorrow anyway.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean, we got Coco tomorrow, but we got Serena and Venus on Thursday. Looking forward to that one for the 31st time. They've been through so much. I mean, they played 9 Grand Slam finals against one another, but this is a different situation. 1, no fans. 2, it's after a major layoff. And 3, now one's 40 and one's about to be 39.
It's hard to imagine the emotions that they feel going up against each other. Serena mentioned it after her match. It's like they have played so often, and a lot of times it's in the early rounds. it's just, it has to be a different feeling. But I think they each kind of force each other to get better in different ways. They challenge each other in different ways. And so I think from that standpoint, with the perspective that we all have, but certainly that they have, Venus talked about that after the match, being out of the game for so many months, being happy to be back and just grateful for that opportunity. I think we may see something a little different, a little more special in the match on Thursday against these two. I wouldn't be surprised.
And for the first time, baby Olympia. We'll get to see Mama and Auntie playing against one another. That's going to be exciting.